I hope you're done. Yeah. Rory, I think we need some introduction music for you, some kind of rise and shine kind of song in the background.
As long as it's something that won't get us banned off YouTube, I'm telling you,
Oh, will it? I'll have to write one then. We'll get all the boys over here playing instruments. Register the copyright.
all right. We got a prospect I was just responding back to, so here goes. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get everybody going on here. Welcome. All right, so just so everybody knows the agenda, here I'm gonna we're I'm in we're in a new resort. I'm in the bedroom here. I'm going to go to this background. Let's see. Okay, we'll have fun. All right. So I'm going to show you guys how to get things set up. What we're doing today is getting this article done and this direction of articles done. We're going to spend a lot of time on it. We're going to spend the next couple hours on page building, content, where it's coming from. I know I talked with Niall yesterday, and I know in his study hall, people are making directional changes for this, and that is super smart. Okay, this whole path of seed oils and what's wrong, you guys, the world is waking up to it. Niall brought up a point to me yesterday, and I said, you know what, you're right on, and we're looking at it. So you guys, there is the law of 17%. Okay, and it's a saturation law. In order for you to have basically the whole world know what you're doing, you need 17% awareness. Not 80, not 70. You need 17%. It's less than 20. When that happens, everybody knows about it. Okay. Well, you want to be on a trend before that happens, and you want to be there when that happens. Okay. Now, I'm going to stress Bella Vita. I don't think we're even at a percent of a percent of a percent. I mean, we are so in the new stage. I mean, we're 4 years old, into the fifth year now, and we've done a lot. And we're going to be, in 140 countries, up from 70-ish, whatever we're in now, coming into 2025. And at the same time, and we're going to dynamic issue. Javante, I'm not going to do Q&A. I got an agenda to go through on this stuff. So if I don't know if chat's open, but if I do Q&A, come on there. But I got to really focus on this. So here's what's happening. I'm getting you guys ready for what's coming. But at the same time, this keyword and this direction on the seed oils, more and more and more people, all sorts of nutritionalists, all sorts of holistic doctors and physicians and nurses and nurse practitioners, all the medical community and I would say the good, decent community, right? The ones that aren't looking to be pill pushers. They're realizing that oh my gosh, the food industry has been poisoning us. And it's not the food industry, it's the top companies of the food industry. And if you look at the history, right? Like they all started out in good companies, but in 1985, Philip Morris went from creating cigarettes because they can't do it as much to wait, we're going to poison people a different way. We're going to make food addictive. So they bought up all the companies and did all that. And you guys, the more you do the research on it, the more angry you should become because it's making people sick. And there's signs of it, right? If these seed oils are in your body, you're going to look, your face is going to get more rounded. You're going to have a lot more breakouts. You're going to have a lot more, like I would call it toxicity issues, right? Nerve issues, pains, suffering in elbows. And like you guys, these oils aren't meant to be consumed. All right. Um, one of the biggest oils they put in a lot of things is rapeseed oil. And it sounds like a nasty name, right? Rapeseed oil. Oh, so instead of calling it rapeseed oil, we're just going to call it canola oil. Because canola sounds like it's a vegetable. Vegetable oil sounds great because it's a vegetable. All horrible for us. And once you unmask the research and start gaining the truth of what these are, it's gonna make you angry. Well, people are going to be searching for more and more information about this. A lot of people like to fact check it because, like, some people are in denial. Like, why would a company want to poison people? Well, why would people take tobacco and make it make it addictive and put chemicals in there that make people dependent on it? All about greed, folks. All about greed. And then these companies control the shelves at the grocery stores because how that got changed. The grocery store doesn't have to buy and put the product in the shelves. They just make money on what's sold from the shelves, and the shelves are funded by the company. That's why you can see what's in there. That's why some people have a hard time getting into a grocery store or in these bigger stores because they have to go through who controls the shelves. Now, the grocery stores typically control the produce. And I say typically. There's all sorts of different things going on. And so, this is why they always say, like, look for farmers markets. If you can buy from a farmer, you can buy from somebody that actually raises the cows in pastures. I mean, and raises the chickens. I mean, if you have access to that, by all means, take advantage of it. I'm not going to go down the meat path in the stores. I can just tell you, if you saw what they did to the meat before they packaged it for you, you'd be a little bit upset. And they've been doing it for, well, decades. Our foods have literally been being manipulated for over a century. And in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and you guys, Tanya got me a couple books to read, and it's knowledge that I'm glad I have, but I wish it didn't exist. Like I wish it wasn't something that they did. But they've been figuring out how to manipulate our moods, our health, our attitudes, everything through what we eat, chemically changing like our thoughts. And they've found how to get rid of empathy, how to kill it, how to make people basically morally unconscious by what we eat. And so if you ever want to look around and say, why are people so crazy? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? What we need to look at is garbage in, garbage out. What are we indoctrinating them with? But also, what are we feeding these people? What are these people eating? Right? And the more you can control all that, the better you can put in there. And I got to tell you, it's scary that other humans would want to hurt humans as well. I mean, someone's going to be paying some big karma bills. And it'll be interesting to see what happens in after November. It'll be interesting on this. And if you go look at Robert Kennedy Jr., RFK, Robert F. Kennedy, right? If you go look at his health information, you're gonna say like, oh, he sounds like Rory sounding like him. He's been preaching it for a long time. He's been helping that percentage grow. And when you hear things over and over again and it sounds ridiculous, eventually people, the smart ones, go and research it. And when they research it and find out that it's real, now the awareness gets up there. Now we're going to start thinking about, what am I feeding my kids? What am I feeding my grandkids? What are they getting exposed to? And you go to the grocery store, and guys, we are paying for it. We're paying for the problems out of our hard-earned money. We're paying for foods that are making us sick. And then we have insurance that's funding the system of keeping us sick. Like, we're paying for it. We're paying for it. We're paying for the problem, and we're paying for a Band-Aid solution. If we just got back to the raws and naturals, the stuff that our families ate 150 years ago, all things are better. I'll put a rule of thumb out there, and it's something I take to note. We look at ingredients way different now, and the fewer ingredients, the better. And I was told, as a rule of thumb, if you look at the ingredients or you look at the food and you look how it's produced, and if it's not something you could actually make at your house, like make it home, don't buy it. If it's so processed that you couldn't make it at home, don't buy it. Don't consume it. And that, you guys, I mean, I'll tell you something else, and I'm not doing an article on this one today, but I will eventually here. And I thought it was absolute, like, ridiculous. No way would they do that. Now I'm starting to think that they'll do anything now. But they put bugs in our foods, crickets, worm meal, and they call it different things, because if they said crushed up crickets, no one would buy it. But they've been slipping that stuff in. Why? Why do we need that? What did they figure out that does to our brain? And you guys, Nicole Kidman did a huge thing about eating crickets. And you probably can find it on YouTube. It's out there. Tanya and I watched it and went, what are they trying to sell us now? Like, guys, I did a lot with scouting. Okay. And I did survival, and I ate basically an entire mount of ants, an anthill. We had certain bugs we could go find. I was starving. I was on a wilderness thing. I was on a 30-day thing, and I had a Hershey's bar. Okay, that one Hershey's bar, as many ants as it would cover, and that's how I got my nutrition, guys. I did it once. It wasn't so great that I wanted to repeat it. However, I chose not to eat the other things. Like, I knew what crickets you could eat. I knew what bugs that were in the area, that if I needed to do all that. And I'll finish the story. We got done making this, pot, one Hershey bar, not like a big one. This is the one regular Hershey bar, and the ants. Like, we raided all in there, and they're cooking them all up there, and we're eating it. We let it cool off a little bit. We're eating it, and you're basically tasting chocolate. You know what you're eating. And we had lines, and there's a river, and I call it more like a creek. It wasn't like a big river where we were at. And I'm like, I'm gonna go check the line. And we brought on. This is back. We had the Rambo knives. Rambo had been out. It had a compass, it had a fishing line. Yeah, you open up the handle and it's full of everything. Okay. And we were allowed to bring that on there, because I don't know if that was totally I don't know if they would have let us later, but you're allowed to bring a knife. You're allowed to bring certain things. So we both had one of those, and we had 2 lines out. Right. And I'm like, I'm so hungry, but I just want to catch a fish. And so I went out there, and sure enough, I had a fish on my line. We didn't eat the rest of the ants. We're done. We ate that fish, I caught that fish with the grasshopper, put another grasshopper on there, and that fish got us by. And then we want to eat some other things. I won't go over that, but I'm just like, I'm telling you, I would never willingly eat crickets, and I definitely wouldn't pay for it. Right? Like, if I was going to die and I was starving and it was there, I guess, but I would rather go for something else. And they're showing this actress eating crickets like it's just a delicacy. You can search it. Well, I'm trying to remember what they call it, and someone on here might be able to, will see it and send me a note. They call it something else. Like what do they call? Like maybe I will pull this up. I'm not going to write a page on it. You guys are welcome to. I want to get back to my page writing. I just wanted to go on a little bit of a rant. So here, I want to go to chat. There you go. Cricket flour or powder. Cricket protein is this one. Asheta. If you see this, Asheta or Asheta, like that's crickets. They're not even telling me that it's not in there. Look, they're saying it. Crickets use as ingredients in food products. They're not saying it doesn't happen. They're not fact checking me saying, oh, no one does that. No, they're telling me all the different ways they do it. Insect protein. Now, I don't know. Maybe you're okay eating crickets. Maybe you're okay in these things. I'm just not. My, if I go with they ate in the Bible, no one ate crickets in the Bible. I'm just saying, I don't understand this. Um, oh, yeah, Tanya's correcting me. Locust. Yeah, but that was that like a permanent thing, or like he was just that's what he was doing because he was hungry.
Rice, locust and honey, John the Baptist.
Oh, locust and honey.
Yeah.
And there goes the correction. Okay, well, I'm gonna put this on there. I don't want locusts. I can do the honey. There you go. Tanya will always get me on that one. Okay, so let's see.
But it's not doesn't mean good, I don't think. I think God made it stronger.
Oh, here's a Nicole Kidman. She famously participated in a segment of Vanity Fair's Secret Talent Theater.
Rory, it doesn't mean it's good. I think God probably enhanced it for him, but
Yeah, I don't know. We can save greenhouse gases by eating crickets. Okay. Instead of livestock. Not for me. All right. But I'm telling you, that's out there too. Right. And if you watch that video, she makes it look like they're delicacies. Like, oh man, these are so good. And you're like, no, they're not. No way possible. Okay. Right. Hold on 1 second here.
change it to water.
Yeah, water would be great.
Is he or?
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna get back on the track here. Now, what I'm going to do is I pulled up all my notes, right? And under headlines and ad training, under the Bella Vita updates, seed oil special specifically. I think, yeah, there we go. Here's this one. Here's this one. And then I'm going to pull up another one. So I got those that I was creating. I might create a new one. So I'm just going to create a new doc just so it's there. And then I'm going to go out of this. I'm going to go back to my Rory, my backup. I'll put that on that side of it. And we're in food, cooking, food, and wine. And my seed oils are bad for you. All right, now I'm gonna go here. Now, if you guys, I'm gonna show you a trick. I'm gonna go to my pages. And I can just go to all dates, and I'll just go September and filter. And there's a seed oil. So these are all the different pages I updated or done there. But I'm gonna go this one. Open link in a new tab. And we're gonna keep working on this page. Okay, I'm gonna put all the quality there. And I was working on this, and I paused you guys. I didn't want you guys. I wanted to show you guys the whole process. On a dill, it's a real thing. I'm just gonna say it differently. The sad thing about all this is if people fact check it, I can't believe that's a thing now, right? But if people fact check it, they're just going to find that it's all this is exactly what happens. It's what's happened. Using red because it's not fun. Red's an angry color. I don't use it to usually market things, but I will use it to emphasize something, especially if it's like a negative connotation. I'm gonna actually make it I'm gonna go a bigger heading. I'm gonna go to like the heading 1. Go ahead and go purple on that. Okay, I'm gonna read that a second. I'm gonna break this up to see. I'm gonna save this I did a bunch of work. I don't want to lose it. I opened another page up with the same one right here. I'm gonna do a new page. I'm gonna keep them on the same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and publish this one. Get a reference. Mhm. Well, I'm gonna drive into this. I'm gonna overdo this. I always say you can't really over hyperlink, but I'm gonna make it a point that I want them to see this for the sugar. Okay. And I'm gonna make these again. I'm gonna go red. This image needs to go up. all what you ask, right? It's all what you search for. So I think it's crazy. I ask what they are, and it says how great they are, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Oh, back to this. So all like it's just what to ask, right? Like what to ask. Um, um, I'm gonna rename that just for that reason. So what you're gonna see is everything I'm just getting this from chat, right? So it's just pulling it from all the different sources. You can there's other ways to go look up this stuff on there too, but if you read this, there is no reason any of us should be consuming seed oils unless you want to be unhealthy, obese, sick, and disease ridden. That's what it equals. There's nothing in there that's like great for you. There's no benefit to a seed oil. Like that but when you first pull it up, the stuff that they've been telling us and the stuff that comes in the research says it's great for you. Then you ask what the harms are, way outweigh the benefit. Like there really isn't a benefit to the oils. Um, look at this. So I've had people tell me that I made this up. Okay, I'm gonna add this to the thing. Like this just I want to put it right here. I still use it for biodiesel. Like you guys, if you think your body is a machine that needs lubrication, okay, enjoy your canola oil. If you think your body is a carbon life form that needs proper nutrition and it needs to be able to, process and digest and have a great metabolic format to it, then you probably should never be putting anything even close to this in your body. Yet they put it everywhere and they put it in everything and anything. So you're getting massive doses of it just in your everyday consumption by design. By design. But look, it's lamp fuel. You can't put in animal feed because it's toxic. Great, but we're eating it. You guys ever look what margarine is? Look at this. I mean, even the selective reading, a safer edible version. It's a safer edible version. Which has become one of the most widely used cooking oils in the world. Oh, that's okay now. We're gonna say it's safer. No, guys, our health went in decline after canola oil was introduced to the foods. It's a fact. And then they have all the other oils. And then, like, if you look at soybean oil, like, hold on. So, a lot of people think the processed foods came out in like 60s, 70s. It's guys, it's been over 100 years. This is where this comes from. Like, and I'm just gonna put this in here too because it's just good to have more details. This is, you guys, yeah, I hope you guys understand this isn't like oh, we're gonna be done writing this in a couple days. This is something we can write on for such a long period, so many different angles, and I'm gonna suggest doing the content that way. These don't need to be pages that are in your category pages. You can have one or two. These are pages you just put out there and we mark it. And let me put this on here. Like you guys, there's so I can go down this rabbit hole and get so much more detail. That's why I'm putting it all here so people can see it because I just know I've been figuring out what questions to ask over the time, right? Okay. Um, I'll come back to that in a second. And the trick is I'm trying to like take this information and make me the author of it. I have to rework things. That's the hardest part. And I'm gonna get rid of these because I'm not using the same writing. I'm just gonna borrow it, right? But I'm gonna I'll highlight it. I'm trying to word this and make it not such a run thing, right? But boom, 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 problem, problem, problem. This is a hard thing for me to write too because there's so much information and I got to pick and choose a little bit, right? So I covered this. I have a little segue to my sugar article, which we're gonna write. I want to get to that in a second. And then I got this. Um, I am gonna highlight this. And this seems to be a new page. I'm just gonna right click, open a new tab. I just need this page here. I'm gonna click on that. I just need it so I can go new page. Yeah. I'm inspired. This wasn't planned today, but I'm gonna do this. There's my page. Hey, I have a writing format here. I'm working on, and I want to educate you guys on it. Give me a second. I'll get to that. Webinar. I'm going to say I don't need to write the biohacking page. It's already done. I have so many biohacking pages. I got to find the one. Okay. Biohacking a better you. All right. For some reason it want to pull up. That's okay. It's um there we go. So I'll tell you this. So when people see an article and it's just got pages and pages of stuff, a lot of times I'm gonna stop this for a second. So this is a long let me bring my camera on. I want you guys to learn something about a writing style I'm going into. Hold on, I got my plus is all nice and gooey. Mm. Okay, coffee chat. Yeah, cheers now. Hey, those cups are almost the same. That's kind of cool. Okay. Um, so I'm gonna write all this information, and this information, if people read it, the more they read it, the more they're gonna probably just get mad, right, at what's being done, and it's gonna get them charged, and I'll have my draws to it. However, I know that majority of readers are gonna skim it. When you have an article that's pages and pages and pages, people don't think, oh, that's too much to read. People think, oh, this all must be, they actually will add more validity to it because it's got length. They're not going to read it all. It's like, I got this book, these books, and they're heavy and big. Like you don't see the weight of them until you actually are holding the book, and they're hard to travel with, right? So I'll buy the book at the library or not at the bookstore, and I'll start reading it. And then I'm like, that's it. I'm buying this thing. And so I go buy it on Audible, or I buy it on my Kindle, or I buy it on both. And so, because I don't want to carry this book. If you guys, I don't know. I should tell you this. Tanya and I both like books a lot. And I used to want to have this big, huge library. And I used to have a pretty good sized library and I wanted a big one, right? And now it's all digital. I still like touching a book. But I'm going to tell you from reading the books, they're hard to carry with you. Like if Tanya and I kept all our books, it would be we need a U-Haul truck just for our books. And that's just not practical, right? So I'm so grateful that everything went digital. But at the same time, I like to hold the books. But what I'm going to say is when people get this book that's on a topic, when it's big, thick, and heavy, they're like, oh, everything must be there. We'll make a jump in assumption. Not everyone is knowledge based where they have to know every detail of something. Most are just satisfied there's all those things. So like if they go to a thing and they see just hundreds and hundreds of testimonials, they're not going to go read every testimonial. They're just going to go, okay, people like this stuff. It's got credibility. When people look at an article and there's stacks of content and details and facts, they don't need to read all of it. They understand, okay, this is coming with credibility. More so than like a short article. Like a short article, it'll give it, but they'll put weight to it. So if you guys want to know why I like the biohacking page, I make it so detailed and I go in depth, it's for this very reason. Yeah, those that want to read all the stuff, it's there and it's going to spell it out. But for most people that aren't going to read it all, they're going to just add credibility to it, take what they want out of it, and make a decision. It helps them feel good about that decision, knowing there is so much more there, even if they didn't read it all. Does this make sense? Luis, does this make sense? And as a marketer, you've got to break that down as an understanding. So like, why do I make some articles 100 pages long and some just 1 or 2? This is why. If it's a quick sizzle message, great. Do it. We try. I think I tell everybody, go over 300 words. You really should be 600, but 300, 600. And you never can have too much. But what matters is what you put on the very first top things. Those people will glance at the top. So you got to have your call to actions near the beginning and down below as well. But if you don't put them on the very top, you don't put the video on the very top, for instance, you're going to miss everybody. So the video and the decisions made with the video, all that information below just makes them feel good about the decision. They don't need to read it all. They know it's there. It adds credibility to it. And those that really want the information, great, you gave it to them. So you cover everybody. But more is a great thing on what I would call the foundation page. So this is a foundation page. And I'm going to send everybody to it from other things that they want information, because whatever they want to get, I'll help them feed the rabbit hole. Here's what I know. And I've known this for a long time. The majority of people out there do not do research like I do. You guys know what makes a good attorney a good attorney? It's their ability to research. What the laws are, what the things are at, how they get the tools to research. And they used to have a major hands up on the rest of the world. They kind of still do, because they have libraries or documentation that only bar past, lawyers can access. They're just better at research because they have the tools to it. Well, as the internet gets better and better and putting stuff out there, you can find all that stuff out there as long as you know what to ask, as long as you know where to go looking. And when people are going to be out there and searching and looking for things, we want to give them that. You guys, no one needs anything if they know how to research properly. But I'm just going to tell you, I would not hold your breath for the world to learn how to research properly. Not to mention they're consuming seed oils and becoming dumber and dumber the more they do. So it's hopeless. You guys, it is a scary world. And if you guys, I'm going to tell you what we eat. We are what we consume. And if we're feeding our planet crap, we're hurting our planet. We're hurting everybody on it. And we're hurting the intelligence and what could be. You guys, these seed oils make me so mad because they are stealing people's lives away from them. Their freedoms, their dreams, their abilities, like what they were meant to do. And Tanya and I will get really, like, you guys, I didn't know this all the time. I actually remember in school being told how bad butter was. I remember my great grandma telling me, That's the biggest farce that could ever be. Butter is so good for you. She lived to be in her 90s. And Tanya, I go to these stories. I go like, man, I used to have like, I like the taste of I love honey, by the way. Honey is like my favorite thing. It's probably my favorite food. I've always loved it. A couple of my boys pick up the tray. I mean, guys, I have honey everywhere we go. Yeah. But I'll go in this, but you take like a homemade roll, slab butter on it, like really thick, and you put that honey on top of it. That taste of the thick butter and the honey, I absolutely love that. Okay, and I got that from my grandma. Now I remember when margarine came out, and my mom would use it to cook with it, and my grandma, not my great grandma, my grandma would use it to cook with it, and I remember just like I never liked the taste of it. And we always had butter on our rolls. And my mom would say stuff like, well, they say it's really bad, but I just really like the taste of butter. No, our body's telling us butter's fine, right? Guys, nobody's died from eating butter. No one. Not a single person on this planet has ever died because they ate butter. Margarine? Can't say that. That's basically plastic. Dogs won't even eat it. Oh, okay. I gotta be careful. I get back to my time. Okay, I gotta get back on this article. What you guys are going to see here, though, is what's great is the more we learn about this, the more I like this stuff, right? Our snaps. The more I like the brain, and I got to tell you, I think with both Tanya and I, we started going down these health paths. Like I I started making different decisions, and my body was processing things, but I'm now like I don't want seed oil in anything I have, and it's hard not to have it. But if you can eliminate it from the majority of what you eat, you're going to be better off. Guys, they put it in everything. It's in coffee creamers. And I actually found a coffee creamer that was wholesome, only it has sugar in it. Once you eliminate sugars, oh, you're going to feel even better. Your energy is going to feel even better. And I don't know, we have these awesome little snaps that you have I mean, they taste amazing. They're like little treats all the time. I like it. I'm taking my brain now. I feel like I'm gonna need that to keep the paces on the day. I'm gonna take my biome. I forgot to do it this morning. Tanya brought them to me earlier. There's them here. I do have a great wife. You guys, we've been planning out today on where things are gonna go. Oh, while I'm doing this little snap break, I'm taking my youths. I take two. Usually take them first, but today's off. I just want to get it. I didn't announce it overly. After the V marketing training today, 1 to 3 Eastern, I'm going to be doing a 3-hour mini marathon. And I'm going to be posting ads about these articles. Okay. And I wanted to get it done today because Monday on the founders call, when Costa gives us our stuff, and then immediately after the founders call, it's gonna end, and we're gonna go right back on there. I'm gonna give you guys a presentation to cover what we just got given. I want everybody to know, if you're not already like in full motion, Monday night should ignite you to get to work in a big way. So before we launch that direction, I wanted to get these articles out there, get the stuff feeding out there. We're doing the stuff on a global side. Now, you guys, worldwide, the seed oils isn't as searched as it's going to be in the US. But it will be because they've been trying to get over there. You guys, countries like Italy and France, they don't allow the crap that we have in our food in their food. They don't allow it. Their agencies that oversee health and nutrition seem to not be morally corrupt. They're blocking it out there. And it's unbelievable. And you see it more and more if you put the ingredients side by side, like you put the Nabisco products that are in the UK versus what's here. They have like an ingredient list is like this long. Ours is like this long. And it's all stuff we shouldn't be eating. And keep this in mind. If you've been like me, you're like going, what's been happening to everybody? Like everybody's getting like they're getting stupider. They are getting like their views are changing. The stuff that they're accepting, the stuff that they're not accepting, that like what is going on? This mental stuff, like all these different things, people thinking they're cats, all these things. And then you look at what we're eating and it starts making sense. It's the foods that we're eating. People aren't crazy. They're being turned into crazy because they're being fed poisons. It adds up. That's what scares me. And now that it adds up, we get to be a voice for good. And what these articles need to command, in my opinion, stop buying the stuff. If we don't stop buying it, they'll stop making it. Capitalism does rule. If we don't buy it and we only buy good stuff, when we source that out there and that stuff starts sitting on the shelves and we start demanding better products and vocalizing it, that's how we fix it. Now I'm telling you, Elon Musk, Trump, obviously RFK Jr., right? They're all saying the same thing I'm saying, like, and they're going to be able to in a better position to change things, and it's going to be waking stuff up there. And I'm going to tell you, I'm speaking. I watched me do it. Getting away from these foods is an emotional like nightmare. It's hard. You know, Tanya's made it look easy. Her willpower is amazing, by the way. If she gets her mind made up, it's happening. Like I've already learned that her mind is made up. It's just how do we make this happen? Don't try to oppose it. That will be a losing battle for me. We're gonna do it. Okay, how do we make this happen? But I watched her go through it. You guys, sugar withdrawals are a real thing. Like that's an addictive poison. If anybody doesn't think sugar's bad, I don't know where you've been. And it's in everything too. But the combination of the seed oils and the sugar, man, it's a dangerous combo. It's phenomenal, right? And you guys, this is what you should be writing on. You guys are here. You're the Saturday dedicated, RRR247 family. You guys are the ones that are absolutely on here on Saturdays. I just want to share this direction because I know for a fact this is a keyword area we're going to win with. And I'm going to go back to like the PBS directive. We need eyeballs to see what we have. We want to sell Bella Vita. We want to sell our wines. We want to sell the memberships. We want to sell whatever we're marketing, the protein popcorn. We got to get in front of people. Relevance brings people in. And we have this full circle operation anyway, but our relevance of the seed oils and the sugars, you need better products. You need to find things that are going to be better to consume. So we can aim them down that road through the articles and the stuff that we share, but we're going to attract a lot of people to the negativity of seed oils because they're going to be looking for it. And if we write a great article and we promote it right and we get ranked, it could bring in those hundreds of thousands of people a year, a month, a week, a day, a minute. And if you got Google AdSense, you'll be seeing those huge days. But even if you only get a fraction of it, it's going to add up. And there's so much room for it. And, the more they try to suppress it, and in case you guys haven't noticed that yet, they suppress information online. Like Google suppresses it. They're already being caught for it. Like I'm not making up anything. I'm not even a conspiracy theorist on this part. It's a factual thing. But our content, the way we write it, the way we put it out there, if they do search engines in a non-biased format, we can win. And as a content marketer, watching the world go through, the one thing I can control is what I write, what I put out there. So I don't stop putting it out there. And you guys, you can wake up in the middle of the morning, like at 2 a.m. with an idea and jot down something or start a page and we'll finish it later. You can be in line waiting for something. You can be on the plane. You guys, I write pages on the plane. I get productive wherever I can. I've written pages poolside many times. I can't get a lot of sun anyway, right? I'm a pretty white boy, so I can get a tan, but I can't get a lot of sun exposure. So I'll go find a little shaded table, enjoy it out there, jump in the pool, jump out, and I can be working. I mean, you guys, we have all that here, and we've taken a lot of the steady focus off of this because we just did a major upgrade in Triple R. But getting this content out there is going to be epic. Now, let me go back to the seed oils. Sugar is something you also need to focus on because sugar is a problem around the world. Okay, and they've been sneaking it in the foods. Now, when you look at chocolate made in, guys, I think this is why chocolate just tastes so much better in some parts of the world than others. Okay, and that's why this gourmet chocolate just gets to me. But the chocolate and the consistency of chocolate in America, and I'm talking just like, I'll say Hershey's and all the mainstream companies here versus like the Cadbury's and the Nestle's outside of the US. So if you get Nestle chocolate here, it has all sorts of other stuff in it. I get Nestle chocolate in Canada, it's even different. And if I get it in Europe, it's even different. And I get it in Australia, it's far different. And it tastes better. Less ingredients. They don't put these chemical things in there. And because they can't, because it's illegal, because it'll kill people. But in America, we just like, just kill everybody off. It's fine. Greed. We want the money. And I'm using the kill word because that's what it's doing. If you guys, all these people trying to lose weight, all this obesity issues, it's really not all their fault. And it becomes their fault once they get the information, they don't do anything about it. We need to be responsible to give them what to do about it and give them the tools and resources to help them. They need the Velveeta. I believe that 100%. If you don't have that, like you guys, I would not have the transformation in my body that I am so happy to have, by the way, so grateful without the Velveeta products. I don't know if I could have been making these seed oil changes in my life and the sugar changes in my life without the help of that. I actually do think I was pretty much addicted to that stuff. And I watched Tanya go through this transition and go through stuff, and I saw her become happier, more energy, and I'm like, there's something to it. And then I started just doing the deep dive. And you know what? I knew there was bad stuff out there. I just didn't want it. And then the more I went into it, I started going, wait a second. We're living this. This is what other people need to live. Like, I know what we've done, what we're going through. And I'm so grateful that Tanya really got on this, I won't even call it a bandwagon, this life wagon. It's a better way of life. We want to be around longer for our grandkids. We want to see our great grandkids. We started grandparents very young. We should have lots of time to be healthy and vibrant for great grandkids. If we do things right, we should see our great greats. And that's more important, guys. I'm going to tell you, that's more important than me having a sports car. I've had the sports cars. Grandkids are way, way better than a sports car. Now, a grandkid in a sports car, we're going to have to do that. Are you coming on, babe?
I'm just saying that's the truth.
Yeah. And I want our health, right? We want to play with them. I want to be able to throw them around the pool like I do. Like, and Tanya, you're on here. I'm going to say thank you because you know what? You've been supporting me on my path and you got on your stuff. But I look how I feel today versus years ago. I don't think I could be doing this stuff with Malik in the pool and stuff if I would have kept that path. I mean, my belly was getting bigger and bigger. I'm just glad we fixed some things, Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna go back to writing this.
Did you tell them that there's seed oils in herbs? I have to read the herbs. There's in the herbs, guys. Yeah. What do we need seed oils for in the herbs? That's in them.
I want you to keep talking about that while I write.
You guys, I went on this huge quest because I think I mentioned it a couple of times, but I've been to doctor after doctor and they all said, oh, you're just a busy mom. Oh, you're just tired. Oh, it's just this, it's just that. And I realized it really isn't. It really is my life. It really was my lifestyle and the choices I was making that I didn't even know were bad because I was believing everything that was told to me. So yeah, but I went on this thing where I'm absolutely going to omit seed oil. I started there and I started reading labels and it's in everything. When I say everything, I mean, it's even, like I said, even down to spices. You buy spices and they've been cooked with seed oil. And there's no reason for that, but it's there. It's just anything in the grocery store, anything. If you have to shop the perimeter of the grocery store, you have to start And with the produce, the meat section, and go over to the dairy, that's where you need to stay. And then be very, very specific when you are in any of the aisles. But yeah, it's in every single thing. I couldn't believe it. Even nuts. I would go get the whole nuts to have like a healthy snacks, a healthy fat. And the nuts have been cooked in seed oil. Again, there's no reason for that, but it's there.
Talk about that, you guys. I can only buy Planters, and here's the thing: is Planters like if it's got peanuts, obviously it's
the
gonna have
Emerald.
peanut oil.
Emerald is the best one so far that I've found.
Emerald for almonds.
For yeah, the mixed nuts and whatnot, it's really good.
What do Emerald? Do they do mixed nuts? Is that where we buy them from? But
yeah,
it's
that's the package I have right here.
But if you go buy like the store brand, like the like Kroger brand, they use canola oil and stuff to cook these nuts. Like they take something great and just destroy it for us.
Yeah.
Like it makes and you're still paying for it. So you got to be. I mean, everything we got to use got to be so careful, and you got to read those. And that's. I'm going to tell you, there's some changes coming. I should let you guys know, in case you wonder. Like, there's something underway, folks. But we're gonna be looking for direct to consumer paths for better foods. We're not only gonna bring up the problems, we're gonna bring up the solutions. Now I'm gonna go back to this. Seed oils is a big problem in America and other countries, but mainly America. Sugar is a global issue. Sugar is a global issue. The seed oils, they try to like rename them, do different things and push them out there. But I mean, a lot of these governments have really that's one of the things they've been pretty good at. Not ours. Ours is horrible. Our FDA is ridiculous. And it makes me so sad, right? Like we can do so much better. So much better. Noel oil. And I read this and what they say is good. Yeah, it tells you what they're used in. Um, and I could talk about this a whole couple different ways. I'm just going to be putting them out there. Peanut oil. I was told peanut oil is fine for you. It really isn't. And obviously, there's going to be peanut oil in peanuts, and that's what I try to say. Like you try to eliminate every way you possibly can. Pumpkin seeds are good for you, but I don't know about the pumpkin seed oil. So I'm gonna skip this one right now. Here's grapeseed. No, it's not rapeseed, it's grapeseed. There's both. I'm gonna have to check out some more of this stuff here too. And I'm getting this. And the thing about the seed oils is like when people use the seed oils to like cook, turkey, chicken, like fried chicken. The problem is you're getting so much of it in like cooked through it. You're getting so much in it. And there's got to be a better way. There's got to be, and a lot of people are going to baking. Well, why, if you're baking, you don't need the oils. You don't need yet they do it anyway. I'm gonna see poppy seed oil in an ingredient for a bit. I saw it in a dressing. Soybeans one of the worst. And it's in freaking everything. Soybean, canola, sunflower, you'll see those. And some of these food products, they have multiples of these oils. So like if one's like, what does the combination actually do in your body? Believe me, it does something because they figured it out and they put it in there. Oh, I can't do that. I can't highlight them. I'm going to take that off. No, I didn't even put peanut oil in there. We're going to put that in there, peanut oil. I spelled it wrong. Avocado. Oh, there's no D in it. Okay. This sounds like a D to me. Avocado, coconut. And I created a Okay. So this is getting pretty much where I need it to be. Now, there's so many other problems. Oh, and what I need to do. So let's see, that's there. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna move this up out of the way for a second. And then I'm going to highlight this and I'm gonna make it a list so it's easier to read. Then I'll bring this back down. And I want it on the next one. Oops. No, I want it on that one. Okay, so I want it there. Tanya and we're gonna absolutely do a video on this. We haven't done it yet. We will. I'll get that added. But the thing is um, and then you guys will update that. I want to get that done at some point. I'll add it to this page. We all can go at it. And the way we're doing our videos, it's the way we're doing our videos is so awesome because when they're videos that we're using for the whole community, we're using a different host company that allows me to update it, update to everybody. It's the latest, greatest. I need to upload a couple of them. So like our wine one, I need to upload the new one. We did a better one. I need to do that on there. But you guys don't have to worry about it. You set it and forget it. And we'll update it to the latest. We're going to be doing the same thing on the seed oil one for the one. We're going to put our message out there. I think we have a very good story. I actually know we do. It's getting better and better, and we can share it and put it out there. And then we guide people to solutions. So goes to the biohacking. We got that's here. Here's some of the harms. I'm going to go back to that. This is the only thing I got to really, I mean, this says a lot. I got to change some of this stuff here. So I'll continue on that. So some of the harm, I want to do 3 items of harm. And I'm going to put it kind of in, let's see, let's see. Need one more. I'm gonna reword this. So I make that bold, and I like to do 3, 5, 7. It looks better. It's a thing I've seen over years of doing this. So if I'm going to list 4 things, I make it 5. If I do, but threes, you want to have at least 3. Boom, boom, boom. Uh, I got that. I got this. Now I just got to answer the Nestle thing. Um, There's another one. There's a 3. And I'm going to go to my list. I'm just going to call them out. It's easy. I mean, and the thing about it is I don't have to worry about libel. I don't have to worry about like saying something that's not true. It's out there. I'm just going to cover the stuff here. And the trick is I got to rewrite it so it's there, right? So headquarters. I'm going to say headquartered. I'm going to reword this. I'm just gonna put this here, and I look for the right places to plug it. There, biohacking a better you. Finally, it came up there. Okay, good. I'm just gonna say the same thing on that one. I'm gonna USA. And restate it. So adding more to it. I could go off on this. Oh my gosh. Um, this guy's you guys this company. Oh my gosh, I could go into this too. I probably should more. There's Dannon, Cargill, Mars. Here we go. Favorite candy in the whole world was Skittles, and they're so bad. But I'm gonna see what it says about it. I'm just curious. Oh, babe. I'm getting this ready for the sugar stuff, right? So I'm gonna go back to this here. There's my seed oil page. I'm about done with it. I'm almost done. I have two more things to add, and I know they are already, so I'm just going to do it. And I'm going to link that to the biohacking. Um, I'm only going to do these three, and I'm just going to make it index so they can scan them. And then I need one more thing, and I'm going to go get that from my homepage. And this, right? Now, this article, I might look at it later. I want to make changes and I'll update it. That's fine. For what I'm doing today in the market, this is ready to go. Like, I mean, it's really hard. Like at some point, you got to say, okay, that's good. I mean, I don't know how many words I have. Let me look here really quick. Readability. I'm missing subheading, distribution, and transition words. Okay. Furthermore, I'll put that. I probably need a couple more. Look at my subheading distribution. This one I can go blue. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. Let's see. I'm gonna just change that one. and I'll make this a heading 4. There, I'm green. I'm going to call it good, guys. Okay. Save. Click on the 3 dots, code editor, click in here, Control A, Control C. That's backed up, so I know that's good. I got other pages I'll work on, and I need to, but I'm going to start on the marketing on that later today. So I'll work on the sugar pages. I'll work on some other stuff that's there. I wanted you guys to see and understand how I put these together, just so we get better and better at it. All right, Dina, Niall, who's on today?
That would be me.
Freaking awesome. Okay, now I'm going to stress something, folks. I don't care where you're at as a spectator. Wait till Monday if you need to wait any longer, but you should get to action. All right. We know what's happening. We got things set up. We're going to be teaching you guys more and more content to post. We're going to be working on that aspect of the PBS. But we have a plethora of people that want more. They want information. And we now get to help people not just to make money, but to make better choices with what they eat and consume. Guys, we've found our mission. So you're going to see Tanya and I super pumped up, excited to share, because we know we can make a difference in multiple aspects of someone's life, even more than we did a year ago. And so you're going to hear that. You're going to feel that. And when you have something like that to get behind, it's very powerful. And you know what? The side effect is we will make more money, because we're going to get in the path of consumers to give them a better solution. And we're going to find those solutions. You know, every time I talk to a friend that says, Rory, I found this great product and it's got healthy stuff, and I'm listening. People want to find better solutions. And our grocery store, unfortunately, isn't the place to go. And you know what? Direct-to-consumerism is real. So we're going to find these manufacturers. We're going to share the stuff that's there. We're going to help people get on track. And we're going to have a very good business model doing the right thing. And we'll sleep good at night because we're helping people. All right, Dina, let me give this over to you. I'm going to stop my YouTube. Oh, if you're on YouTube, log into your CRM, go to the RRR247 webinars to watch this live. We will never broadcast this on YouTube for multiple reasons.